Good afternoon, everyone. And today's my topic is Edmund Spenser as a poet's poet. Uh, first, personal information and table of content and introduction. First, the English essayist Charles Lamb described Spencer as a poet's poet because his was technically accomplished and was greatly admired by other writers of his age and after. So he used very high quality of his poetry, and because he enjoyed the pure artistry of his craft so much. So Edmund Spencer know about know as a poet's poet. So Edmund Spencer, often referred to as a poet's poet, is one of the most celebrated figure in English literature and renowned for his mastery of poetic form and his profound influence on subsequent generation of poets. So after the his age, many writers influenced by Edmund Spencer. So born around 1552 in London, Spencer's work reflects the intellectuals, culture, and political currents of the English Renaissance. He is the best known for his epic poem. We all know about his most famous work is the Fairy Queen, a richly allegorical and imaginative work that celebrate Elizabethan ideals of virtue and knighthood. So, after then, about Edmund Spencer. So, early life and career. Edmund Spencer was born around 1552 in London. He was educated at the Merchant Taylors School and later at Pembroke College, Cambridge. Main title: Poet's Poet, renowned as the poet's poet for his influence on later writers like Milton, Keats, and Shelley. Uh, why many writers call the poet's poet for Edmund Spencer because of his most of work very newly for many writers and in this celebrated for his innovation use of the language, allegory, and poetic forms. So these were all things new for after this age writers. So, major works is best known for the Fairy Queen. We all know about the an epic allegorical poem celebrating Elizabethan values. Other notable works include the Shepherd's Calendar and Amorati. After the Spenserian stanza, so most of he know for his Spenserian stanza. So created the Spenserian stanza consisting of the eight iambic pentameter lines followed by an Alexandrine. So I will talk about a fairy queen in this Spenserian stanza. I will tell how to he divide eight lines and last one line, which life in Ireland. So spends much of his career in Ireland as a part of the English colonial administrations. His role in the monster plantations and writings about Ireland reflect the political tension of the era. So his work based on the political tension and reflect the Ireland as a political. So themes in his work. So explore morality, virtue, and the struggle between good and evil. So address the political and cultural issue often tied to his colonial experience in Ireland. After that, the Fairy Queen, written by Edmund Spenser. We know all about the most famous work, the Fairy Queen. First is the Fairy Queen is most longest poem, an epic poem, and fantastical, allegorical, celebrating the Tudor dynasty and Elizabeth I. In this poem, one character is Gloriana. Gloriana represents the Elizabeth I. So he used a distinctive verse form called the Spenserian stanza. Uh, nine lines. The stanza's main meter is a iambic pentameter. A iambic pentameter used in 8 lines, and last line, final lines is a iambic hexameter. So its rhyming scheme is ABC, BBC, and BCC. So after then, epic structure. The Fairy Queen is an allegorical epic poem composed of his 6 books with fragments of the seventh known as the mutability cantos, themes, and allegory. So combines chivalric romance with the Renaissance ideals and religious allegory. So explores the virtue, morality, and Elizabethan politics through allegorical knight and quotes. So impact and legacy. So recognized as the masterpiece of the English literature and influencing writers like John Milton and the Romantic poet. So known for its intricate symbolism and rich imagery. After then is minor poems, the Shepherd's Calendar. Shepherd Calendar is, I think, 12 eclogue and dialogue form written and published 1579. Amorati is 1595. Epithalamion 1595. Prothalamion 1596. Complaints is 1591. Astrophel is 1595, and Four Hymns is 1596. So, in conclusion, Edmund Spenser's legacy as the poet's poet is the testament to his unparalleled craftsmanship, innovative spirit, and enduring influence of the English literature. His ability to weave intricate allegories, create a new poetic form like the Spenserian stanza, and elevate the moral and artist purpose of poetry established him as the cornerstone of the Renaissance literary tradition. Spenser's work, especially The Fairy Queen, continue to inspire poets and scholars for their imaginative depth, lyrical beauty, and exploration of a universal theme. These are my references, and thank you. If anyone have question, please ask me. My question: what makes Edmund Spenser's poetry unique? Edmund Spenser's poetry unique because of its rich allegory, musical language, and special is Spenserian stanzas.
So, Nikita, my question is why is Edmund Spenser called the poet's poet?
First is Edmund Spenser called the poets because of his most famous work is the Fairy Queen, and after the most of writers influenced by Edmund Spenser his works and his style. So thank you.